Sup, chat? Okay, chat. Welcome all to this. One more thing. Di pa tayo live sa sa TikTok. Open the wrong app. I'm not sure if you have a TikTok. I opened the wrong app again. I'm not sure if you have a TikTok app on your desktop, chat. But for the life of me, I don't know the difference between the TikTok app on the desktop and TikTok on the browser. I just don't understand the difference. Last night, chat, I did not mean to sleep for that long. Hold on, just fixing everything para wala na kailangang asikasuhin sa phone. Alright. Okay, so last night, when I got home, I forget what time that was already. Nawalan ng net. Told myself I'll take a nap. Wake up around 9:30. I think mga 7:30 or 8 yata nawalan ng net. And so I woke up at 9:30. Set an alarm for 9:30. Told myself I'll wake up at that time. Baka may net na. Para if may net na, mag-stream. I woke up at 9:30, alarmed, and when I woke up, still no net. I took a gamble. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, if I sleep, there's a chance I will wake up too late. And I might not be able to stream. I took that gamble, and it kind of paid off because when I woke up, I think close to 2 a.m. last night, right? Basically, internet didn't get back till 11. So, okay lang. Okay lang. Like, I wouldn't have streamed if the internet only got back at 11 anyway. But other than that, super tired because, and ang nangyari, I woke up late. Like, I think it was 2 a.m. when I messaged the Discord. 1:30 or 2 a.m. when I messaged our Discord. And I worked a bit, slept super late, and then had to wake up again early. So, ang sakit ng ulo ko ngayon. It's, I'm a very tired person. Yeah, Bambino, I still do mukbangs. Oh, Romeo? The event? I really can't say much about the event. We are embargoed. We are on embargo right now. So, we can't really speak about the event till a certain date and time. All I can say is that I'm very thankful. It's one of those things na panaginip ko lang dati. Okay, ito, magli-live na tayo sa TikTok. Panaginip ko lang maka-attend ng mga ganitong event dati. What's the title of the stream? Okay, there. We're going live on TikTok as well. There you go. We're live TikTok. Okay, so yeah, we're on embargo right now. Can't say anything. Masasabi ko lang sa event is it's not the most prestigious event ever. That this event is something that only the 0.1% can go to of creators, or the 0.1% of the coolest people can attend, or reputable, credible people. It's something like that. So in terms of that kind of event, it wasn't that. But to me, it's meaningful kasi matagal ko nang ginustong mag-attend sa ganun na event. And apart from that, I can't say anything else. Other than I took a bunch of videos, I took photos, and when the day that it's okay for me to talk about it already comes, we're gonna talk about it, chat, okay? I can't even tell you the name of the event. That's it, man. Like, that's it. Like, ganun siya ka... You can make your guesses, but I won't say yes or no. I'm just happy, I guess, na may kape. May pakape sila dun. What's fanay? Fan? As in fanay? Fanay. Fanay as in fan? By the way, hi to everybody. I know it's a late stream. I also came from a family dinner. So you remember this brand, chat? We here, hold on 1 sec. Quick kwento. Something also that I want to share with you because it's pretty much a milestone in my life. Here you go. So do you remember I talked about this brand, I think maybe on the day itself. This was in May 24, 2026. So I think that was a Sunday. May 25, pinag-usapan ko yata siya. So this is basically Eala. It's a restaurant by Balay Dako. Now, the interesting thing is that dati, ang Balay Dako, alam niyo yung Balay Dako, di ba? Balay Dako in Tagaytay, this one. A lot of people say it's overrated. I beg to disagree. I think Balay Dako is properly rated. Now, the interesting thing about Balay Dako is that if you look to the lower right of their signage here, boom. If you look to the lower right of their signage here, Balay Dako, it is by Antonio's. It's almost as if they need the Antonio's group of restaurants name to give credibility to the name of Balay Dako. The interesting thing about Eala is that Eala says it is by Balay Dako. So Balay Dako is a big enough brand that it can lift Eala. So anyway, this is where I came from for family dinner. But the reason why I'm sharing it with you is because I just realized in my adult life, hindi ko pa yata nalilibre ng meal yung parents ko or ng libre ng dinner or ng food. And when I think about it, I'm almost ashamed. I'm almost ashamed na never ko sila nilibre. Because isn't that sort of tradition already, at least for us here in the Philippines? Balay means house. Dako means big. So big house. It's almost tradition here, right? Na unang sweldo natin, traditionally, pinanlilibre natin sa pamilya natin. I mean, apart from the little milk teas, little food deliveries here and there, I don't think never ko pa nalibre yung parents ko ever. And so, when the opportunity arose and I was able to, nilibre ko sila dito. Sa Eala. Yes, it's a good place. It is a good place. Yeah. So, I was very happy na nalibre ko yung parents ko. Nakakain kami ng masarap. If I had any regret, it's probably that I didn't do it any sooner. Probably for a time, I was just so fixated on trying to make anything out of the career that I chose that I was always in scarcity mode. Always just thinking that the money that I'll be making will go back to whatever endeavor I want to get into. And for some of you who may not know, right after school, nag-business ka agad ako. And I was earning essentially zero. I was earning just enough to sustain myself. And at that, nakatira pa rin ako sa bahay ng parents ko. And everything beyond what I needed to sustain myself, binabalik ko sa business. So literally nothing almost every month. Any extra that I would have, I would keep for a rainy day in case maging mahina ang benta. And that went on for many years. And, as I got into being a creator, it was the same banana. Everything that I earned, binabalik ko into buying slightly better gear, a slightly bigger monitor, a little bit, slightly better mic. It's just the way that it was for me. And I think, although I'm 15 years too late, I guess I'm just happy. I guess I'm just glad na na libre ko na rin yung parents ko finally. And also, they never really asked for anything. They never asked me for anything. My entire life, they never sila humirit. Never silang like I was very, very privileged in that way, that everything that I was earning was mine. Everything that I was earning was mine to reinvest. And I don't know, chat. I guess all I'm trying to say is it was a good night tonight. It was a good night tonight. I'm not quite sure they'll be happy to eat at balay dako soon after this one. Yeah. Yeah. So, ayun na lang. Very grateful. But yeah, that's where I came from. I also didn't want to take... I also wanted to be as present as possible. I am guilty of looking at my phone for a bit because we did end up having a crisis in Benifam. So, I'm not sure if na-announce na ito. But, chat, we kind of fucked up. Okay, so let me transition into that really quickly right now. So, I was mildly handling a crisis. But I think Caleb took charge of the situation. And now everything is under control, but I do have to announce something very, very important. Hold on, let me just... Sorry, may pa-suspense no? I just need to load up the images for it. Okay. So, our hangout this coming July 25. Here. Our hangout this coming July 25 will be at 4 p.m. Now, this 4 p.m., as you all know, chat, is that this is 4 p.m. with a little bit of allowance. The event won't start until a few minutes after past 4. However, when we paid the down payment for our reservation ng venue, the venue said na unahan na kami magbayad ng down payment ng ibang tao. This is unfortunate because Caleb also told the restaurant or the hobby stadium na guaranteed na kami. Magbabayad ng kami, just wait for the down payment. But as things go, may lag ba? Parang wala naman from my end. Before I continue on chat, may lag ba tayo? Do we have lag? All good? Okay. So, where was I? So, I was saying that although nakapagsalita naman si Caleb sa Hobby Stadium, by the way, engagement team, what the fuck is this music, chat? Hold on. Okay, here. So yeah, it's Caleb, our engagement team. They're really hands-on with this. So props to them for taking care of the issue earlier. But basically, dahil naunahan tayo magbayad ng down payment, what Caleb decided to do is that we're just going to maintain a strict 4 p.m. schedule. Isisiksik na lang tayo ng hobby stadium between our before the next reservation. So initially, if I'm not mistaken, we get it. May issue daw sa YouTube, sabi ni Romeo. Wala naman daw. Yeah, Romeo, must be you. Try exiting the app, then logging back in. Okay, so dapat 5 to 8 yata tayo ang reservation natin. 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. ang reservation natin dito sa Hobby Stadium. And because nga may kukuha yata ng 7 to 10 p.m. time slot, mamumove tayo to 3:45 to 6:45. Okay, that will be our exact time slot. Now, so again, old hangout time, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. 4 p.m. call time. New hangout time will be 3:45 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. and then 3 p.m. call time. This is basically it, okay? This is all that you have to remember right now. Of course, it's not ideal that we move everything about an hour earlier because as it is, may mga nagsasabi na malilate sila or that they'll be handling something first. I mean, even me, chat. I have an event at 1 p.m. I have an event in SM MOA at 1 p.m. And I plan to leave SM MOA by 3 p.m. so that I could make it to our hangout by the 4 p.m. call time. However, because of this mishap in scheduling, everything is going to be moving. The date will be July 25. July 25 for everything. Here, let me just... There. So this is going to be this is the crisis that that Caleb decided to answer to by saying na move na lang namin na mas maaga. For real, SWG, even at the original hangout time? There. Let's make it old. Yup, it will be at Hemedy. Hobby Stadium. Okay lang, Levi. Sabay tayo. I don't mind. What's up, Fairy? Kailan lalabas VinFast? Di mga motor ba to? Yuk? I haven't heard word from them yet, but I'll update you as soon as I have word. Yes, there will be a hangout. So SWG, whether it's the old or new hangout time, you wouldn't be able to make it. Because the alternative to this, chat, is that we move the hangout day altogether. Are you more comfortable moving the hangout day? What's up, Stoic Pingu? So we have a hangout happening here. We have a hangout happening on July 25. However, call times and hangout times have changed. Move the day? I'll let you decide, chat. I'll let you decide. Hangout. What do with Hangout Resched. Okay with 3:45 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. Or move to another day, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We don't know yet kung kailan, kung sakaling i-move, we don't know yet. But I think even LG might be able to make it. I am looking between 25. You guys G for a Sunday? Is Sunday okay with you, chat? I'm curious. Is Sunday okay with you? Or you prefer Saturdays? Kasi if Sunday, baka naman sarado ang hobby stadium kapag Sunday. Baka sarado sila kapag Sunday. Oh, they are open on Sundays too. I think pinili ang QC because it's the easiest to commute to if you get to Cubao Station. Whether MRT or LRT. It's traffic every day in QC, June. Traffic every day in Metro Manila. But Doña Hemadi should be okay. Yep, all roads lead to Cubao. What do you think, chat? Sunday better with you? Okay, well, this is clearly moved to another day. Okay, let me put up another poll. What day to move to? What are the dates I'm looking at here? I did message Caleb. Hold on. I did message Caleb. Okay. Okay, here. Added another poll, chat. Added another poll. Yeah, just vote away. Just vote away. What day do we move it to? Messaging Caleb right now. Why SM North of all places? Annex. SM Annex, SWG. Why is August 1 not... Hold on. Why August? Why did I block off August 1? Oh, right. Yeah, hindi talaga ako pwede August 1. Yeah, I can't do August 1. Okay, so keep voting in chat, and then we'll just go with the stream and see what you all have to decide on by the time we end the stream tonight. Okay. No, we're not done. We're not done. We just need the poll. Proper polling. Proper polling for when we're gonna be moving the hangout to. Because nagkaroon tayo ng schedule conflict. Yeah, Ephemeros. If you have plans to go to the hangout, please vote away. Vote away and let us know. It's going to be at Hobby Stadium. Hobby Stadium. Cards, PS5, games, and trivia night as well. Okay. For now, I'll just leave the poll up. Keep voting away. Let's start with a little unboxing first, chat. I got something from a cool brand that, quite frankly, I've never heard of. But maybe it's familiar to you. You could tell me more about them. So, there are... Yeah, Hemedy. Yeah. Yeah, Ephemeros. Pwede bang nakawin mo na yung time slot natin? Because originally, atin yung time slot na to eh. Naagaw lang dahil naunahan mag-down payment even if na-reserve naman na ni Caleb. Which one? Oh, this one? Yeah, that's been there for a while. A uterus. Okay, so here we go, chat. In my adult life, few things make me happier than a fully stocked refrigerator when it comes to the beverages that I love. Case in point, recently restocked my ref. Lo and behold, this has always been the dream beverage rack of my ref. Like if I could just, strip every other unnecessary beverage and have just this, or just have a small space, this would be it. This will be my beverage rack, and I can die happy with this already. Okay? Now, I think all this is gonna change because a brand sent me a little something that I think can be a useful addition to what we currently have right now. It's right here. I can pwede, no? The cream soda. Nutri-Fizz. Nutri-Fizz, right? Ephemeros, yun yung probiotic sodas. Okay, chat. So, I got this from FitAid. FitAid RX to be exact. And just like any good beverage, or just like any beverage that I deem to be worthy, it's also minimal calories. In fact, it only has 5. And if we open one of it up, we can probably take a closer look into it. Flipin nga natin to. So, I know they already messaged me. I said yes because when I took a quick look at what they were trying to give, parang nakita ko na. Nung nakita ko pa lang na 5 calories per can, I'm like, sign me up. However, it does also help that as we look closer into this chat, we see that it is a beverage that has all of these extras. It has creatine, it has BCAAs, there's electrolytes, turmeric, vitamins B, C, D, D3, E, it has CoQ10 and glucosamine. Why the heck not, right? So, a closer look as well shows that there is some caffeine in this. I think minimal caffeine, 40 milligrams lang yata, from the green tea extract that they put in here as well. Is it soda? I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure if it's carbonated. It is carbonated, so it's a soda. And it's sugar-free, sweetened by stevia as well as monk fruit extract. I'm very excited to see what FitAid is all about. When I took a closer look into when I looked at their website, parang iba-ibang mga FitAid ang meron nila. And ang binadala sa akin is FitAid RX. So I'm gonna try this in one of our streams. Definitely happy to stock my ref with this as well. So I'm very, very excited, chat. Huge shout out to FitAid RX for sending me FitAid in Juicy Apple. Now, I kind of feel bad na pinadala yata nila to sa akin kasi mukha yatang nagbubuhat pa rin ako. But the reality is, chat, maybe this is aging, right? Maybe this is it. This is what it feels like to get older. Na hindi na ako nakakapagbuhat. Na hindi na ako nakakapag-gym. And that now, I'm just one of those unks na nanonood lang ng TV. In my case, I'm just doom scrolling. I have enough time to work out, but I choose to stay glued to my screen. Maybe that's just me. That's just the natural progression of my life. And maybe I'm just I want to get back to the gym. I'm really, really sad. But anyway, maybe this will get me back to the gym. FitAid RX. I would love to mix this with my gym water. Dilute it even more so that flavorful yung water na iniinom ko. I would, Ephemeros, kaso the one thing that I don't like when working out outside of my home gym or away from my house is that kailangan kong maligo rin sa gym or elsewhere, which means I have to bring an entirely separate bag just for clothes and toiletries. Yeah, Philip. But I can't be jacked. I gotta believe, chat. I gotta believe. Kailangan lang talaga one day or day one. One day or day one. What else are the other niche things to yell at myself? There are only two kinds of pain in this world. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Remember, only two pains, chat. Two kinds of pains in this world. Pick one. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. How about no pain? No, man. No. Oh, that hurts the most, Levy. Maybe that's a good third pain. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this because I'm very happy na I have another beverage to add to my glorious stack. I mean, be honest with me, chat. Be honest with me. Rate my beverage stack over 10. Rate it over 10 based on your preferences. I mean, come on, Chad. I mean, this is a bit of an ick. Itong Nescafe Iced Black because, you know, if you want good coffee, just get good coffee. But hey, sometimes you just want your RTDs. Of course, we're going with 0 to minimal sugar over here. When it comes to our alcohol, although this hasn't been consumed in a few months now, we're going minimal calories in that as well. Naparami lang yung Yakult dito kasi freshly stocked. Come on, man. Well, hopefully with our Fit Aid RX, magiging 10 over 10 na yung ref natin. The thing with Monster versus Red Bull is that Monster is expensive. I mean, so is Red Bull, but it looks cooler. I'm a caffeine guy. 4 over 10. But Philip, this is all vegan. Except for the beer and the Yakult, everything here is vegan. Thank you, Yoki. 10 over 10 Yakult enjoyer. Okay. Anywho, may isa pa akong gustong i-unbox. This one arrived really, really late. No giveaways, so no need to press 1. Oh hey, no. Not yet a Waldas. Chat. Look at this. Head and Shoulders sent me even more shampoo. So I have been using this. The cool thing about the Head and Shoulders clinical strength is that there was a time I actually got dandruff last year. I think it was middle of the year last year. I don't normally get dandruff. That's a fact. It's not a flex. It's just that I've been blessed with not getting dandruff for most of my life. Because last year, I remember middle of the year, nagulat ako, pagtingin ko sa mirror, teka, ano yun? Ba't parang may, alam niyo, parang mukhang natuyong glue. Yung natuyong Elmer's glue. And then when I took a closer look, pag ganun ko ng scalp ko, parang mas may dandruff pa. And I'm like, oh wow. And so like any other problem in my life, I consulted AI. And AI gave me like I prompted my AI, told my AI, think like a whatever expert with specialization in whatever. And I asked AI to name me actual products. You know what? Just so you believe me, I'm really gonna show you. Hold on. I know for a fact that I really saw this one. So anyway, long story short, when I consulted AI, it gave me several different products and brands. Among them, Head and Shoulders Clinical Strength. Specifically Clinical Strength. The problem with this is that middle of the year last year, this wasn't available in the Philippines. There is no Head and Shoulders Clinical Strength. If anything, dumating lang yata to summer of 2026, around March, April, maybe May of 2026, dun lang nagkaroon ng Head and Shoulders Clinical Strength. It's available in Watson's. And so when Head and Shoulders approached me and asked if we could, work on something together, sabi ko, all right, let's do it because I already saw this. Okay? Now, to prove to you that I was not lying, okay? To prove to you that I was telling you the truth. There you go. Where is that? Clinical Strength. There you go. Recommended shampoos to alternate with Selsun Blue. Because the thing with Selsun Blue, chat, if you've ever used Selsun, Ang lakas ng amoy ng sulfur, diba? So there you go. Head and Shoulders Clinical Strength. And when was this? You know, TLDR, if you just want 2 shampoos, Head and Shoulders Clinical Strength. I wanted to alternate the Selsun Blue with something that's a little less intense, but that I could use more often so that I could take care of my dandruff problems and at the same time also have something that is reliable, surely effective, and that smells good. Okay? How do you know the date? May I know how you know the date, chat, of your chat GPT? Because, oh, there you go. There you go. Middle of the year, last year. Wow, exactly 1 year ago. There is a date. There. Look at that. What does a yeast infection look like? There. Can my hair actually thin because of this? The shit that I asked ChatGPT. Clinical strength. So July 4, 2025. I told you, I'm not lying. So anyway, it's available in the Philippines now, and it's been available since summer of 2026. It has the same basic ingredients as your anti-dandruff shampoo. The only difference is that this actually really smells good, and because it smells good, they also formulated it in a way that you can use it every day. With or without dandruff, you can use Head & Shoulders Clinical Strength every day. There you go, chat. Honest reviews. Legit honest reviews. Because I've been using mine. I don't use any of these variants. Okay, another honest thing. I don't use this variant, although they have the Cooling Itch Care. They have the Dry Scalp Rescue. I use the one for oily hair. Head and Shoulders Clinical Strength. Head and Shoulders Clinical Strength variants. This is the one I use, the oily one. There you go. Here. Advanced Oil Control. Boom. I'll prove it to you, chat. I'll prove to you that I actually use it. Give me 5 seconds. Tatakbo lang ako sa banyo. Bambino, I don't use conditioner. I think that's too many steps for somebody like me in the shower. 10 seconds, I'll go run to the shower. I'll show you that I'm actually using the Head & Shoulders Clinical Strength. Here it is. Look, chat. Yeah, see? You see the wear on this? Uh-huh. Alam nyo, diba? You see the wear? You know a shampoo is being used when 1, it looks like this, and 2, because there's actual wear and tear. So I promise, I actually use the shampoo. I mean, this is a brand deal, but because in the spirit of being honest with you, I alternate this with another commercial shampoo, not special shampoo, just another commercial shampoo. And I use that shampoo kapag napapansin ko na masyado nang natutuyo yung buhok ko from all the product that I put. Because I put sea salt spray, right? I put sea salt spray on my hair. That's what I use to manage my hair and style it. And so there are times where I feel like it actually gets a little too dry. And that's when I use that other shampoo. Because if you notice, advanced oil control. So technically, the shampoo is engineered to remove oil from your hair. I don't want that to happen kapag tuyo na yung buhok ko. I want moisture and some kind of oil to return to my hair. So that's when I don't use this. But every other day or every time I don't use that shampoo, ito yung ginagamit ko. Okay? There you go, chat. So, as with all my brand deals, I use the shit that I talk about. Okay? And because you're being honest, I've only ever endorsed one product that I don't use but believe in. sometime early 2020, there was a supplement that, let's just say, I didn't have any need for. But I talked about it because it was a product that actually worked. I just didn't have need for it. Yeah. You can smell my hair right now, Caleb. Of all the products, robust talaga. The funny thing is, hindi to nahuhulog. Honest again. I put my shampoo and my facial cleanser on the floor. As in, one, the reason is gonna be really lame, so please don't judge me for it. But one, it's because my shampoo or all my toiletries are attached to the wall with this contraption. So if you're familiar with this, ito yung sa IKEA. Diba? Yan yung sa IKEA, it's just by suction, and then ito yung lalagyan ng toiletries. Itong nakikita nyo dito. When you have a shampoo bottle this large, especially when it's full, and then yung cleanser ko pa na balde rin yung laki, this thing gets heavy, and you don't want to risk this falling on the floor because it's gonna make a lot of noise, and that's just a big hassle. It's called a Tiskin. Okay? Now, that's why it's always on the floor. That's the first reason. Okay? The second reason why I leave this on the floor as well as my cleanser on the floor is because I guess I also want to be able to stretch my hamstrings. I don't want to say bend over. But the reality is, gusto ko lang talaga na hindi ko iniiwasan gawin yun so that I don't know, I remain limber. Is the floor dirty? I wouldn't say it's dirty. I mean, I really don't care if ito lang naman yung nakapatong. Soap drop it, make it shampoo, and make it stay there forever. I don't leave my soap on the floor. I use a bar of soap. So leaving it on the floor is going to guarantee that hindi ko na magagamit yung sabon na yun beyond 1 week. And also, at the same time, I clean my bathroom, chat. So when I sweep, vacuum, and mop the floors, I also sweep and mop the bathroom. As in, minamop ko pati yung shower area. Because sinasabay ko na rin yun sa pagbanlaw ng mop. Make sense? Like, you know how you have to eventually clean the mop? Babanlawan yung mop? So, yun na yun. That's basically all in one already. Imamap ko na rin yung shower area. So, my place is clean. And I dry myself with that minute towel. Please. It's a regular size towel. Okay, so speaking of cleanser, ito na yung last unbox. Mini unbox. So this finally arrived. And I hope you believe me when I say it. But this is my cleanser. So it really is heavy. So imagine putting this plus this, right, on top of this. It risks falling down. Kaya sa floor ko na lang talaga pinapatong. So apart from the cleanser, typical stuff, I got my vitamins. Best vitamins ever. Life Extension 2 per day. Not sponsored. And I got myself my moisturizer. Okay? Yun lang, chat. Nothing big. Nothing epic. Just regular old Amazon delivery. If you have Amazon, by the way, please consider subscribing on Twitch. Libre ang Amazon subs on Twitch. You don't have to spend anything. And I think Amazon will give me 28 pesos per month for that sub. So get the money from the rich, give it to those in need. Ang liit nito. But anyway, this is my moisturizer. No, it's regular size. I'm telling you. Don't worry, chat. When I buy another towel, ipakikita ko uli sa inyo so that we can take a reassessment. Deal? Deal? Okay, now where were we? Let's talk about a couple of these things. We're done talking about our Benny Fam Hangout. Again, please vote in the poll when we are going to be moving our hangout to. We're done with the mini unboxing. Okay, let's talk about this Gabgo thing that Ryan sent. Towels on the hangout. Best gifts ever. You know you're old when. Okay. Where were we? Okay, so may pinadala si Ryan dito sa memes and links natin. And sabi niya, in as much as I support Gabgo, I find this wrong on so many levels. I have no idea what Ryan was talking about. So let's check it out. Eto ba yun? Yel, is this the same thing? Okay. Is it the same thing, Yel? Yeah, apparently the teacher. Nakalagay dito, Gabriel Go. Teacher ka po, sir. Dapat ikaw ang better example sa kabataan. Tandaan natin, the school is our second home at ang mga guro ang tumatayong magulang. Tumatayong magulang. Okay. It's about the teacher also. Okay, so I don't know what it is. Now, the thing is, we are Gabgo. I am personally a Gabgo fan. So I'm curious to know what went down here and why there is a why there's backlash here. Let's check it out.
Talaga dito. Tatakbo pa eh. Taga saan ka ba?
Dito po.
Ano ka dito?
Teacher po.
Teacher? Ba't may radyo ka?
Sa school po namin.
Ano ka, security ng ano?
May radyo siya. Oh, there. Radyo.
Taga saan ka ba?
Dito po.
Ano ka dito?
Teacher po.
Teacher? Ba't may radyo ka?
Sa school po namin.
Ano ka, security ng ano?
Sa ano po sa school po namin. Para po sa ano naman sa school namin.
O teacher ka tapos wala kang helmet.
Sorry po.
Paano naman natin tuturuan ang ating mga estudyante kung ganun? O RCR na rin po.
So far, so good, right? So far, so good. This is standard Gabgo stuff. Pinapara niya. I-approach niya with a little bit of stern authority. Medyo may tapang because, you gotta approach you gotta approach these things with that kind of demeanor. So far, pretty standard stuff.
Sir, baka pwede wag nyo nang iyaro sa ano.
Kaliwa kayo.
Sa ano nyo, nakaka-teacher.
Wag nyo ilagay sa video. Ano yun?
Kuya Ben, Mascherino kayo.
Sir, baka pwede wag nyo nang iyaro sa ano.
Kaliwa kayo.
Sa ano nyo, nakaka-teacher.
Ano yung sinabi? Wag nyo ilagay sa video ninyo. Yun ba yung request ng teacher? One more time, chat. I'm kinda deaf.
Baka pwede wag nyo nang iyaro sa ano.
Kaliwa kayo.
Sa ano nyo, nakaka-teacher.
Pero baka something to that effect. Right?
Blurred ka naman eh. Huwag ka na lang magpapakilala ng pangalan mo.
ka naman.
Dapat inisip nyo muna yan bago kayo gumawa ng mali. Beles! Beles!
Paisa-isa lang Kuya Vic, paisa-isa lang yung tow truck natin para ano.
Yo, this guy's just scratching his balls, chat.
No helmet.
Copy. Sige.
Ipatawag mo yung skog ng baklaran.
Wala, dumaan kami ng dun sir eh. Sa ano, malinis yung ano ng baklaran doon. Wala.
Pwede po yan sa Bayad Center.
Bayad center.
Opo, pwede.
Right. So, I mean, I could kind of tell na yun. Na yung sir, pwede naman baka di mo i-upload to. And then sabi niya, okay lang, parang naka-blur ka naman eh. Dapat inisip mo to bago mo ginawa. Now, to be fair, it is actually really blurred. And so if you didn't know the person, you wouldn't know who he is. But if you knew the person, despite the blurring, it would be easy to tell kung sino yun. And, because it is this guy and he's probably looking out after himself, he requested na ipa-blur na lang para wala na talagang makapag-identify sa kanya. Now, as far as I know, matagal ng issue nung mga Gabgo videos, pati yung pati ng mga Dadaku videos, yung idea of privacy and how, because not everybody's face were censored before. Now it's much more censored. Ang daming invasion of privacy issues. You could argue that it's in public, so it's public domain. However, we already have bills, right? We already have rules about this already, that you can't really be vlogging out in the public and intentionally pointing it at other people. And if you do that, and they say that they don't have your consent, you cannot post the video, especially if they literally ask you to not post it. So I think as far as that goes, mali si Gabgo. Yeah. Do you remember that, chat? We did a video on that. Hold on. Do you remember that bill? The vlogging rule? Vlogging rule Philippines. We went deep into that. There you go. Here. There's a link to it. Was it this one? I remember we talked about that video. ChatGPT. I remember we asked ChatGPT to summarize the bill. You see, my best friend knows everything. Ito. Privacy. Here, found it. We talked about it last year. There you go. The vlogger thing. Right? Can you summarize this? And then we drop this one. Right? We drop this one. May 2025. Guidelines on the processing of data collected using body-worn cameras. And then basically it said that here, individuals can exercise rights under the DPA. Some restrictions may apply during active investigations or for public safety, but delays must be justified and communicated. Right? Was it? It was this one. Tapos tinanong, and then I think we went as far as to ask, kasama ba yung mga vloggers? kasama ba yung mga taong with, accidental lang na nasama sa frame. Yeah, this was it, right? I think this was last year. I forget the topic that you were talking about, but we did cover this already. And this is just in this is just many words to say that mali talaga yung response ni Gabgo dito. Now, there is an update as well. Hold on, where is the update that you guys have sent as well? Not this. Here. MMDA got suspended from clearing ops after viral incident with teacher. Suspended from participating in clearing operations after the apprehension of a school teacher during a motorcycle without a helmet went viral. Okay. Gabgo updates here. We have it on. We have it here in Reddit Philippines. Thank you, LJ, for sending this one in. Wala namang mali sa paghuli at pagbibigay ng ticket. At pagbibigay ng ticket, ang mali kasi binavlog pa. Naging sensationalized sila yung operation kahit nasa tama naman sila. While the teacher asked not to be filmed, Go said that his face will be blurred in the video and told him not to introduce himself while the incident was being filmed. As the teacher said that he is known within the area, Go replied, dapat inisip niyo muna yan bago kayo gumawa ng mali. There you go. NPC reminder, uploading content without consent may violate privacy. And this one, I think ito yung pinanggagalingan din niya. It's this one. Guidelines on the processing of personal data collected using body-worn cameras. I think body-worn cameras and alternative recording devices as well. This covers phones, vlogging cameras, mga body-worn, mga body cams ng mga authorities natin. And again, it talks about the rights and privacies of people. And I mean, this was, I think, taken to the extreme as well. But the core message here is that we are protecting people's autonomy and their privacy by giving them more rights to decline their name, image, and likeness from being posted or publicized without their consent. Again, as far as that goes, Gabgo is in the wrong. Okay, we have more here from Romeo. Oh yeah, there you go. NPC reminder. Diba? Uploading content without consent may violate privacy. That's it. Yes, it's a reminder. It's a reminder that came after an MMDA operations involving Gabgo apprehended the teacher. So it's basically that. Diba? Yeah. Can a teacher file charges? Maybe. Well, Gabgo is suspended. That's why it became a little controversial because now, I mean, let's talk about this just a little bit further. Naging controversial itong ruling because I think people took it far by saying na kahit nahagip lang ng camera, if I don't give my consent, I have every right to have that video taken down. While yes, that's true, parang in practice, it's going to be much harder to execute. Because what if naka-selfie cam naman ako? Does that mean, I now no longer, I have to make sure that when I'm on selfie cam in a mall that naka-zoom siya sa mukha ko? Diba? Parang in practice, it's so much harder to follow. It's not realistic. But I think when the intention is to vlog or to, if there is real intention behind video taking, I think it's also good practice to make sure na hindi nahagip ang ibang tao in general. Yeah. Hi, Kuma. Exercise. Keep what you're doing, Kuma. Keep what you're doing. Hanap ka pa rin ng work. Hanap ka lang ng work. And I think to balance off the stress, Kuma, find a way to exercise. Whether it's running, jogging, walking, jumping jacks, body weight. I think right now, yung situation mo na hirap maghanap ng work, there is not a lot of control we can have for that, Kuma. Because wala sa control mo yung tatanggap o kukuha sa sa trabaho mo. But for as long as you keep trying and looking for more and more work or applying for more and more work, eventually you're going to find somebody. In the meantime, what you can do is manage your stress and also work on how you react to these things. Kaya pinaka-basic, exercise siguro muna sa ngayon. I wish makahanap ka ng work sooner than later. So yeah, Kuma, sana nakatulong. Why does he need to upload the operations? I think in general, June, kasi it allows to leverage awareness that authorities are there to keep things in order, so wag kang aanga-anga on the road. So I have no complaints. Honestly, I have no problems with Gabgo or Dadaku uploading these operations online because it acts as a leverage, a multiplier sa ginagawa nilang operations. And when that creates awareness, it kind of makes people it makes people more aligned with following the proper traffic rules. At least that's the goal. Apart from it, sometimes being entertaining, may ganun din na angulo. And, I'm all for that. What I'm not for, or what I want to stress out here is that when it comes to consent, or when it comes to people saying now, don't upload, a no is a no, because we already have rules established for that as well. But the entire idea of uploading all these operations, I'm honestly all for it. Ideally na lang siguro, I mean, it's not like they catch 100 people a day and it makes it difficult for them to ask something. Verbal approval is enough. If I'm not mistaken, verbal approval is enough. They don't have to give everybody contracts and MOAs saying na, popost namin to ah. And I think na-issue na nga to dati, di ba? Kaya kung titinan mo yung mga older Dadaku videos, walang censorship. Ngayon meron na. Nagsisensor na sila ng mga muka. They censor brands, plate numbers, anything that can identify a person. So dati, wala at all. And then nawala na. Ang tagal nang nawala ng Dadaku and Gabgo videos. And then nabalik na lang ulit. But this time, censoring everything. Except for the characters who are, in the video. Just like Gabgo. Yeah, walang background music. Weird ba, Yel, kung walang background music? I think it's because for the longest time, censoring the faces was enough. Because yun na nga, di ba? They went into absence. They nagkaroon na ng issue to na sa privacy issues, and then nawala sila. Pagbalik nila, marami nang nakasensor. And then, I guess, all it took was somebody to say na ayaw ko. And then, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? I guess it kind of makes sense na, ayan. I guess it kind of makes sense that yun yung auto-response ni Gabgo. Yeah? Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, Gabgo is not a dumb person. He's highly intelligent. He's a professional. He's an expert in what he's doing. And he knows, like, if there's anybody who might have a sensitivity to lawful things, it will be this dude. However, I don't think he was informed enough na hindi sapat ang censorship. I guess he's operating from his previous experience nung natanggal nga sila from YouTube for a while, or natigil sila mag-vlog for a while, or mag-upload ng videos for a while because of all of these, initial privacy issues. And then when they probably found their way to work around it, they all probably agreed na okay, we can continue uploading if we censor people's faces again. Or if we censor people's faces, mga plate numbers, any identifying things that would make it easier to determine kung sino yung mga taong to. And so maybe yun lang yung tumatak sa ulo niya. Right? I'm not defending him, to be clear. Maling nangyari. Pero siguro dahil yun yung tumatak sa ulo ni Gabgo, yun yung auto-response niya. It was almost a reaction, like a knee-jerk reaction. Na okay lang yan. Naka-sensor ka naman eh. Dapat di mo ginawa to. Not knowing that it's not as simple as that. If you don't get any consent, if somebody asks you to not post it, you have to put it down. So maybe it's that. It just became, akala niya sapat na yun because of his prior experience. Yo, what's up, Jaden?
So, if we're going to put it into context, no, our law is very comprehensive. Makatao ang batas natin. It's just that masyado tayong naging lenient in the implementation. And on the other hand, hindi lang lenient on the implementation, but also the lack of information and the education sa mga tao.
Why is it important for you to record and share your videos of your clearing operations?
Okay. I've been hearing issues na sinasabi, you post it on social media just for popularity-wise. No. Yung iba naman sinasabi, baka minomonetize mo ang pinopost mo. You want to check my TikTok account, it's not even being monetized.
Sorry, hindi nyo pala nakikita yung video. Chat. Again, let me play that for you. That was sneaky. That was hella sneaky.
Na sinasabi.
Why is it important for you to record and share your videos of your clearing operations?
Okay. I've been hearing issues na sinasabi, you post it on social media just for popularity-wise. No. Yung iba naman sinasabi, baka minomonetize mo ang pinopost mo. You want to check my TikTok account, it's not even being monetized.
Okay. This guy is sneaky. TikTok has no monetization. Period! Walang monetization ng TikTok Philippines pagdating sa views. There's only monetization for TikTok views in the US, I think, and UK. I can be wrong. But on YouTube, Dadaku is making bank, baby.
Purpose of why we are sharing our operations, we are sharing our day-to-day activities is for the mere re-education of the people.
That goes hand in hand with what I said.
And nakakatuwa. Kasi I personally read the comments. It's just that some messages are, well, hindi naman some, but too many messages already na I cannot read all of them. But nakakatuwa yung comments. Sir, nakakatuwa kasi ang dami naming natututunan. So, people are using this channel.
And that's true. By the way, again, as a Gabgo fan, but not a fanatic, big difference there. That is true. Ang dami tayong natututunan, chat. One of my favorites, apparently, kahit nasa parking slot ka, kung yung kotse mo mahaba at natatakpan yung bangketa, hindi pwede yun. I did not know that. I thought for as long as you're in a designated parking spot, you're good. But the moment, if it's not hitting the road, you're good. But if it's on the sidewalk, right? If kunyari pick up yung kotse mo, yung trunk ng pick up mo natatakpan ng onti yung sidewalk, even if you're in a legit parking slot, hindi pwede yun.
Using the social media platform to re-educate themselves. And nakakatuwa rin, we meet people on the road, tatawagin kami, Sir, good job. Ngayon, alam na namin, bawal pala pumarada sa ganitong areas. Or, Sir, kailangan pala, no? There's certain provisions of 1.5 meters for a sidewalk. Ito pa nakakatuwa. Some people texted me, messaged me on social media, Sir, nag-umpisa na po kami ayusin yung garahe namin kasi lumagpas pala kami. So, it's beginning to be a platform not just for showcasing our activities, but we are slowly educating people.
So in your experience, a lot of people who violate regulations on where to park or where to situate themselves when they're selling, it's really a lack of education pala.
Okay, so that's already outside of our scope of discussion today. You do have a good question. Re-education by making an example of another person and violating the basic human rights. Of course, that's wrong, but I think it also has to depend on intention. I think that's where how I'm gonna answer this, June. It has to go. We have to go back to the intention of why these are all being uploaded. I don't think there was any intention to shame people one at a time until we shame everybody who does a wrong thing. I don't think that was the intention. The impact may appear that way, so we have to value the impact as well. But again, in this specific instance, ito. In this specific instance, mali talaga to. Okay? I don't know what I don't think that the intention here is to shame the person. The intention here is probably to just have the default answer. He's probably, that's based on prior experience. Kulang siya sa sapat na sagot, sa sapat na kaalaman to know that hindi sapat yung pag-blur lang. Right? I think that's where dun nagkulang talaga si Gabgo. I don't think there was an intention to shame this person specifically. I don't think there was it's another day on the job. Right? Doing all of this and then, gives a lame answer. Gabgo gives a poor answer and now he has to pay the price for that. I think that's pretty much it. Yep, wala talaga. Wala talaga. Like 100%. I think the aggressiveness. Okay, on the aggressiveness, I think maybe this is an unpopular opinion. The aggressiveness, I have no problem with. I think it's enough to establish himself as an authority figure, especially because to begin with, he's already dealing with people who aren't following the rules. So he has to kind of have that demeanor, right? Yeah, mali, poor talaga yung sagot. Okay? I don't think there's much more to it. I think we as much as people want to find nuance, there really is not a lot of nuance in this, other than to agree that Gabgo had a poor response in this situation. Oh, he got rude? Hold up, let me see. I know we finished the video, right? Hold on.
Dumaan kami ng doon, sir. Sa malinis yung baklaran doon. Wala.
Pwede po yan sa Bayad Center.
Bayad center.
Opo, pwede.
1.5 po, sir.
1.5, no helmet. Sa paop.
Guy is just frustrated, man. But anyway. Yeah. Maybe, gosh, I guess, just, I don't know, chat. Like, we've seen too many videos of this guy. Tama ka, Romeo. Gabgo is generally a patient person. has to perhaps put up a front to showcase a certain demeanor and present himself as an authority figure. That can be tweaked, but again, we can find so many reasons. We can discuss this, and pilitin na magkaroon ng nuance lahat. And yeah, sure there is. It could be that he's having a bad day. Wala siyang hindi ganun karaming patience niya today. Yo! W's in the chat for Dane. Not a lot of patience today. Just not feeling it. But at the same time, as somebody who is in this position, he has to be very aware of all of these things and that he will constantly be under high scrutiny. So Nasser, it's his responsibility to also look after himself. Yeah. Yeah, masususpend siya. I mean, on a slightly different conversation or topic, nakalimutan ko na yung sasabihin ko. But yeah, I think we're all more or less on the same page. We all agree mali yung ginawa niya. The rest, does it really matter if we find nuance in the rest of the things that happened? It sucks that, sa dami ng ginawa niyang tama, sa mga ginawa niya pa, makikilala pa siya sa ginawa niyang mali. But that's just how it is. If you're a public figure who has high impact on the day-to-day lives of many people. And before you complain or before you go against me there, yes, this guy has a lot of impact. All you have to do is look at the number of views that his videos generate. So he's impactful, he's engaging. His videos are engaging. So yeah, unfortunately, mali yung ginawa niya. He has to pay the price for that. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the Ateneo thing. There are updates to Ateneo. There are updates to the Ateneo problem, chat. Here we go. As of today, the NBI has a summary of recommended criminal and administrative liabilities on the deaths of Baterbonia and Divine Adili. As you can see here, we have criminal charges against 8 individuals, most notably kay Tab Baldwin. Another criminal charge on these 4 individuals. And then, nadamay din pati ang officials, municipality of Dipakolaw, Aurora, including the BPLO officer, the Municipal Tourism and Cultural Development Officer, and the MDRRMO head. By the way, even yung resort managers nasampahan ng charges. So, I don't have a lot of things here to say other than if this is the right course of action for the NBI to take. Like, it wasn't just lazily done. Na parang, okay, let's just charge everybody. Then I'm all for it. It sucks to admit, but it looks like they did a comprehensive review, and it's not just some kind of, let's just blanket charge people here. Because if you look here, there are rough details as to why these people are being charged. Now, does this mean they're going to jail? I don't think so. This will go into court, and for sure this will be a battle. This will be a battle where these individuals will have to prove their innocence. And is this the price to pay? Yes, definitely this is the price to pay, because these were needless deaths, right? So all I'm saying is let's wait for this to unfold furthermore. assistant coach, strength and conditioning coach, PTs, athletic director nasama rin. Ubusan ng resources, Yel? Do you mean to say na, because this is gonna go to court, ano talaga, kailangan may pera to go to court? Ganon? Ito, PT. Siya yung first aid / BLS certified health officer present. A non-swimmer entered open surf with no medical or evacuation standby arranged, and he did not intervene. An omission of the precaution his presence permitted. Diba? So, we have to see how this unfolds. I wonder if Ateneo responded to it. Six hours ago, UAAP extends Ateneo deadline for report. Ooh. So Ateneo, chat, yun yung sinasabi nila, di ba? If mauna ang gobyerno na mag-release, like I remember this specifically from 2 weeks ago, ang sabi ng social media, if mauna ang gobyerno na mag-release ng full detailed report before Ateneo does so, Ateneo will never be able to reclaim the narrative. And it seems that the NBI has already put up their statement, yung recommendations nila for filing charges, and it seems like Ateneo still hasn't given a deadline. July 15, 6 p.m., UAAP extends Ateneo deadline for report on Adili. Ibig sabihin, wala pa. Adili, Batrabonia deaths. So, ibig sabihin hanggang ngayon wala pa. At the approved Ateneo's request to extend the deadline. The university was originally given until July 15 to submit its official report on the tragic drowning incident in Dipakulaw, Aurora. The extension also comes as the NBI recommended that the DOJ file charges of reckless imprudence, resulting in 2 counts of homicide against Baldwin and 7 other members of the men's basketball program in connection with the incident. In a statement, the UAP said Ateneo requested extension before the original deadline. So it's not like there's something fishy there. Yeah. You know what's crazy though, chat? Let me show you something. I don't know how to feel about this. But maybe you do. How do you feel about this, chat? Wait lang, may titingnan lang akong chat. I'm gonna look for a message and tell me how you feel about this one. Wait, medyo nabaon na yung message eh. Nope, not here. Maybe in my personal messenger. So this is related to the Baterbonia and Adili deaths. Ang dami kong GC, chat. It's so hard for me to keep up. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the GCs I just view and then I bounce. Too many freaking GCs. 8 out of 10 non-serious. The 2 out of 10 require serious attention. Teka, naglo-load lang. I wanna show this because I have mixed reactions to this. Ito, found it. Let me just download it. Okay, how do you feel about this one, Chad?
Oo, kami, uba.
Katong karon nga naitigunan, ano niyo upat siya.
Oo. Kami sa kuan ni.
Ito yung bahay ni Rene Butterbonia.
Siargao.
Sige, saka mo. Saka na lang. Gayon. Unong-unong. Diyan ko siya mama, mahal tawag nila.
Kaya ini may magtuog makaabot mi diri may kalayo tong amo.
Na mas layo tong taga
Manila.
Kidapawan, Bakulod, Tacloban.
Tacloban. Amo tabok ko kamo kuan dagat.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts so far na ginawang attraction? Ginawang tourist attraction yung bahay ni Butterbonia. Let's go, Dane.
Saka lang, saka. Sigo
Ayan,
na.
oh.
Dali,
May
dayon.
pila, oh.
At saan na lang, ang hambaan mo. Ang hambaan? Sige na lang. Sila ko na lang. Hapon, pe. Hapon ka.
Nabali anit eh.
Ato to. Ato to.
Day, lami sa ibutan. Day, oh.
Sige.
What the heck? There's literally a line outside.
Tunod na pod. Manggod, wala ni emergency light. Oh. Uy.
Cementerio, si JB. Magapalit siya hong kuan. Extension. Kay tao na suga nga to cementerio.
Okay, I have a couple of thoughts. Let me know what you think about it, right, chat? So, the first thought here, let's I wonder how we want to frame this. I'd like to think that we can have a million different opinions on this. Kesyo, ginawang tourist attraction, kesyo, wala nang respeto yung ibang mga tao, no privacy, hindi na nila alam yung boundaries, this is too much already, it's borderline disrespect, we're no longer honoring Rene in this way. End of the day, if it's a net positive on the family, then it should be okay. Labas tayo dun. Yes, we could all say different negative things about what's going on. But if it makes the family feel like Rene is being honored instead of being dishonored, if it makes the family feel like if it makes the family feel like feel better about their grieving process, good. If it makes the family feel like Rene is being honored, good. If the people outside are bringing genuine help inside by, I don't know, monetarily or may dalang goods or may dalang pagkain or whatever, donations, and then the Butterbonia family make good use of those donations, whether to use it for themselves or for other people, good. And then everything else, feeling ko labas na tayo eh. Like, we can have our own opinions on it, but for as long as the family sees this as a net positive and good net positive impact on their lives, then honestly, what do we care, right? Better if they're probably charging right? Because, maybe not every single person in these lines have good intentions. Maybe gusto lang nila ng clout or whatever. That doesn't matter so much as long as, they're following whatever rules are in place and that the family still, gets some kind of benefit from this. Should be fine. Diba? Yun na nga, diba? So let's talk about the intention of the people. Okay, so let's go back a little bit more on the good, right? And create an example out of this. Of course, this is a pretty poor example of it because first of all, it happened a century ago. But can't we all visit Jose Rizal's birthing house or birthplace, Calamba, Laguna? Diba? Pwedeng bisitahin yung bahay niya. Technically, this guy was murdered, or technically, this guy was assassinated, and he's a hero. He was shot, assassinated, murdered. He was shot, and he's deemed a hero. So now we can go visit his house. Of course, I don't want to use that analogy because visiting his house happened years later, not weeks later. Okay, erase. I've said the good. Again, I've said the good already. Net positive on the family, then okay. As far as the bad goes, let's talk about the intentions of the people. Because let's agree, tama nga, not everyone is going to go inside this house with good intentions to honor and respect Rene's passing. Some are going to go here to take videos and selfies and clout chase kasi solid, nasa bahay sila ni Rene. If the impact of those intentions somehow still yield positive effects on the family because to them, they don't care. All they care about is that Rene's death is getting attention. Then I guess it's still okay. But if these people or yung mga nag-a-attend na hindi maayos yung intentions are creating a bad impact on the family, then I guess this is about the time where they start imposing rules. Hopefully there are rules. And maybe to even all things out, put an entrance fee. I really don't know. I can't talk about other people's intentions. It's unfortunate that there will be those people. Okay? I guess we can just leave it at that. There will be those people who have bad intentions for visiting Rene's place instead of honoring his passing. Well, to those people, shame on you. And hopefully, it doesn't have a negative impact on the family. I'm reading chat. If the family wants to milk this, I cannot judge them. Especially if they're gaining, right? Monetarily. Yeah, if it helps with their healing process, sure. The concept of association. Ang hirap ma-associates yung mourning family sa hindi magandang intentions ng ibang tao. Can we say that that's also the cost of allowing people to visit and honor, that there will be some bad apples who will not visit to honor Rene and instead cloud chase? Is that the cost? Like perhaps that's why I keep reverting back to a net positive yield sa family because tanggap na rin dapat. I mean, like, it's very much like, I think these are the times na dapat naririnig natin yung opinion ng family mismo, di ba? Are they understanding about the situation? I'd like to think they are. Maybe they see people go in and out of their family home, and to them, whether they're clout chasing or not, they're there because of Rene. And to them, perhaps that's all that matters. To keep the memory of Rene alive. We don't know. But again, for the bad apples na pumapasok dito, para lang siguro to clout chase or to have ill intentions, shame on you. Yun lang talaga yung masasabi ko about it eh. It's hard to know what to do with the people with it's hard to know what to do or how to react to people with bad intentions without hearing how the family feels about it, because I'm sure alam ng family to. I'm sure they're very, very aware that not everyone who comes in here are doing a good thing. I agree, JR. Again, I started this entire discussion by I started this discussion by saying, chat, like I'm not disagreeing with anybody's opinions. I think everybody's opinions are valid. I'm reading all of your chats, ranging from Yale's discussion on associating the family with or mistakenly of associating the family with bad intentions of the visitors, to Romeo's discussion of part of the healing pero they're already being taken advantage of, and JR saying that what's the difference between Kian and Rene at this point? Like, why are people all over this? Kian not so much. What's the issue? Diba? Where's the rub? I started by saying that we're gonna have 1,000,001 opinions on this. And it's true. We can all say what we want. We'll never really know which one is the most correct out of all of them. Because we're not hearing from the family. And the only hope that I do have is it's yielding a net positive impact on their lives. And by net positive, I mean it comes with the bad as well. I would hate for it to be a bit of good, but more bad. You know what I mean? Yun na nga eh. Like, I mean, you could... I think one of the things I said earlier addresses this perfectly well. Diba? Yeah, sure. What if out of every 10 people, 4 dito masasama yung intentions? What if the family doesn't care? Like, they genuinely don't care because to them, all they see are, I don't know, people being there because of Rene, period. And that's all that matters. As long as siguro hindi ka talaga barumbado o nanggugulo talaga or creating a scene, if you're just, carelessly enjoying yourself at some expense of others, what if the family doesn't give a shit? Ang pakialam lang nila, they like that Rene's absence is being given attention to. What if? That's also valid. But we'll never really know kung yun yung tamang sagot. Because the family hasn't spoken about it. That's why it goes down to intent. Diba? By that argument, we're no different from these people. How we can differentiate ourselves is intent. What's our intent when we discuss these things? What's our intent when we give an opinion? What's our intent when we post this, when we clip this stream and post it on social media? Is it just for clout? Or is it because we want to push the discussion forward? Diba? So that's how we differentiate ourselves with our intentions. Because yun kaya natin i-control eh. Pero intentions ng ibang tao, not much. That too. That too, JR, I think is very valid. I honestly, that's apart from the net positive impact that this could that I hope that they're having in that this is having in their lives. I hope it's not just a short-term one. I hope that it's one that carries on for as long as they need this, for as long as they need it to help in their mourning process, help them engage in their bereavement in a better way. Tama. Sana hindi regrettable yung decisions. So let's extend what we originally said and make it a bit more long-term. I mean, again, we can have very logical arguments on how this can be good or bad for the family. Right? You can make as many. You can make as many good and bad. You can make as many arguments that say na, this is good for the family. This is bad for the family. But what's the point? We won't know. We can only hear these arguments so that we could probably have a more nuanced idea of everything. But we're never gonna know what the correct answer is because we are not the family. And they haven't spoken about it. That's how we can only hope. Okay? I agree. I agree naman sa sinabi ni June. And then sa dagdag na natin sa sinabi ni June na may visiting hours, 8 to 5, may lunch break, let the family do that as they wish. Dapat kapag holiday, times 2 rin ang bayad sa entrance. Holiday and weekends, times 2. You know, just to cover all these delinquents. I'm kidding. Okay, so yeah, initially, I mean, to be honest with you, initially, I looked at it wrongly. I looked at this wrongly at first, na parang shit, ginawang tourist attraction yung bahay. But then, I kind of wanted to step back a bit and think about how the family might be feeling. That perhaps it's okay with them, regardless of what's going on. And then, also, what if it's not? But what if it is? But what if it's not? But what if it... Again, net positive. Yun lang yung... that's all that we can hope for right now. Yeah, I agree. Kaya long term. Yeah, I mean, yung wear and tear nung bahay, yun pa lang eh. Imagine 100 people go through your house. Gosh. I'm Mr. On the Fence. Am I not, JR? Hindi, ganun talaga, JR eh. Ganun talaga, JR. I think the correct, most of the time, correct answers lie in the middle of two extremes. And especially when we deal with matters of subjectivity, there's no correct answer to that. What's the correct answer to this? Wala. Wala. It's subjective. That's why I tend to be Mr. On the Fence, because if there's no objective way to prove or disprove, mahirap magbigay ng final opinion, especially when things constantly change. Yeah, I think I think when we do give an opinion, it's when there's a distinct when it's when I have a strong grasp of the matter, and that clear sa akin na teka lang, ito mali talaga to. Pero kapag ganito, hindi. I'm not too sure, Romeo. I'm not too sure that we could say these people are doing wrong. Because what if you are a basketball fan? Diba? What if out of 100, there's one basketball fan? Oh, okay, how about this? Now, this just clicked for me. What if out of the 100 people, 99 are stupid, reckless, and just want clout? But one kid is a true basketball fan who looked up to Rene. And what if that's all that the parents are after? They don't care if 99 people are stupid. All they care about is that it changes the life of that one little kid who actually cares for it. And to them, so what if it's 99 dumb people? Well, again, logically sound, but we'll never know if that's correct. Diba? Like sometimes people can be like that. Okay, let's move on. Perhaps. I mean, what if you're a kid? What if idol mo talaga si Rene? What if ex-teammate mo si Rene? Diba? What if ex-teammate mo siya? What if naging teammate mo siya sa isang basketball summer camp 7 years ago? And that you're just in shock that he's gone. And you want to actually honor him. You see, I don't think there's anything morally wrong if I actually visit and, honor him. Maybe again, we're gonna have different opinions on this because, our lives are shaped by our experiences. But in this case, again, sana net positive. I suppose, maybe di nila nalaman. Like, again, we'll never know. Maybe di nila alam na pwede pala to. Okay, good discussion though, because now we get to see that there are really different ways to chop that one up. Alex Eala, okay chat, so if you look here, the tab says July 14. Kasi ito dapat yung Reddit threads natin kagabi. So if you look at all of these threads, you're probably about a day old, but I still think they're worth visiting. So Alex Ayala's entrance music was the PBB theme song, Pinoy Ako. Grabe rin yung kanta ng Orange and Lemons, no? It's been how many years now? Nadaan pa sa controversy yung Orange and Lemon song na yun. And they're still using it today. Look at BBM chat. Like a kid. Like a kid clasping his chest. Very giddy, I would say. I would say this is a genuine reaction on DBM's end to look at Alex in that way. cute naman na parang matching yata yung tatay ni Alex sa suot ni Alex. Alex Eala, nabigyan ng malita. Random opinion that may get me that may get me some heat. But chat, Alex Ayala's influence is so great that it doesn't matter how she's dealing with a very problematic government. On the flip side, BBM's politics is so good that the optics of this doesn't matter. Like it doesn't create any negative energy for people. It's celebrated. It's wow, Alex, let's go. Alex in Malacanang. But given any other athlete government combination, under fire na to. Diba? If you think about it. This one, pinadala ni Yel. Oh, man. Oh, man. Alex Eala in Glorieta. Yo. To be fair, the bouncers are doing a pretty good job here. Sobrang daming tao lang talaga, but it's still giving Alex Eala proper space despite moving through a crowd. Chad, I can just imagine yung Chris Sports, yung Tobies. Sold out na po kami sa tennis ball, ma'am sir. Yung Decathlon dito. Ano ba mga sports stores sa Glorieta? Or yung typical sports stores. Ma'am, sold out na po kami ng tennis balls. This kind of reminds me of the this entire busyness of how much tennis balls Alex Eala has to sign while being mobile kind of makes me hope that, you know, at least the tennis balls were being signed in a way that mukhang signature ni Alex Eala. Because if you're not familiar with this is hella funny. So, Travis Scott once signed a shoe and it's probably in the same situation as Alex Eala na ang daming tao, on the move, ang bilis ng galaw. Ito yung naging signature ni Travis Scott sa sapatos ng fan. And it's legit signed by Travis Scott. So imagine getting your ball signed by Alex Ayala. Tapos it's random smidge or random line. Kasi on the move. Yonex din pala. What's Travis Scott's actual signature? Yo! Let's go, Joe! Look at that. Ito yung actual signature ni Travis Scott. Rapper. And then ito yung... Almost, baby! So I wonder what the tennis balls all look like. Benta talaga sa akin yun. Anyway. Speaking of, look at this. Alex Eala arrives at her homecoming reception at the Malacanang Palace. And then, let's not forget that when Heidelin won a few years ago, Malacanang decides to tag Heidelin in an oust Duterte plot. Again, Chad, Alex Ayala's impact or Alex Ayala's influence is so great and positive and uplifting and all of that. Tas idagdag mo sa politicking ni BBM. 'Di ba? For sure. Siguro yung BPI, sobrang saya nila eh, di ba? Imagine BPI and Globe right now, chat. All their C-level executives or all their C-level managers, siguro dollar signs na yung mata nila. Because essentially, they have Alex at their disposal. Oh, diba? Okay. Philippine Eagle na inatake ng mahigit 30 na unggoy na iligtas ng mga katutubong lumad sa Bukidnon. Positive shit. Let's go. Yo, what the hell? Chad, look at if you encounter these dudes, they have a stare that will eat your soul alive. Magkapatid siguro to. They have the same look. Look at that, chat. Death stare. Philippine Eagle saved from the 30 na unggoy. Sarap, Yel. Okay, Banatero sa SMNI journalist doesn't know the word huge. Talaga ba?
Kakayanin ng administrasyon kasi ang hug nyo lahat. Ano daw? Di kayo kakayanin ng administrasyon kasi ang... Ano daw?
Ang kapitan Wapakils.
Ang ano?
Huge!
Ano yun?
Ang kapitan Wapakils.
Slow utak ko eh.
Ang lalaki!
Okay. Alam mo naman ako, di ko masyado yung mga ganyan English. Okay sana kung big maintindihan ko yun. Yung kakayanin ng administrasyon kasi ang... Ano daw?
I was hoping it was just a brain fart. Yeah. Like, honestly, I was giving the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes we read something and then paulit-ulit natin binabasa, di natin magets, pero napaka-elementary lang pala. I was hoping it was that. Like a brain fart. And then in the end, sinabi niya, buti sana kung big.
Wapakils.
Ang ano?
Huge!
Ano yun?
Ang kapitan Wapakils.
Slow utak ko eh.
Ang lalaki!
Okay. Alam mo naman ako, di ko masyado
Yeah, that's silly. Galit to, bobo ang puta. Journalist. Huge. Ngayon ko lang narinig yun. What if it is just a brain fart? King ina mo ka, ang laki-laki mo, walang nagsasabi sa'yo niyan. Oh my God, the comments are mean. Comments are mean. Yeah, diba? And then he just made fun of himself in the end. Like, I get it. The post is supposed to just create a flame war. Sure. Pero I still think it's I still honestly think it's a brain fart. And then ano lang, he just decided to laugh at himself, make a joke about, be a little bit self-deprecating. Gigil ako at sana kayo rin. Ooh, so apparently may ilalabas na episode si Cara David on Subic LGU being criticized for turning an Aita ancestral land into a dump site. Lumabas na ba yung episode? Ayun, lumabas na nga. Okay, so we can't really play this. Wow, 2 million views 3 days ago. Solid. I wonder if ChatGPT is smart enough to understand Filipino. Can you summarize this video in 3 short bullet points? What? Okay, so we'll do Gemini. Maybe Gemini is smarter pagdating dito. Yeah. I just don't like using Gemini generally. Or because I use it for myself. We're on Pro right now. Okay, let's move on first. Sad chat. This is insane. It's humane. Konti na nga lang ang natitirang lupang ninuno ng mga Aita, kukunin pa at gagawin pang tambakan ng basura. Nakakalungkot at nakakagalit isipin na habang unti-unti nang nawawala ang kanilang pinagkukunan ng pagkain at kabuhayan, sila pa ang madalas makaranas ng pangungutya kapag napipilitan silang bumaba sa bayan para maghanap ng ikabubuhay. This is heartbreaking. Reports like this remind us why the work of journalists like Cara David is important, because they give a voice to communities that are often too ignored. But there you go. Summary. During the pandemic, the local government of Subic transformed a lush forest belonging to an Aita community into a massive garbage dump without properly consulting the indigenous residents. The accumulated waste, which even included hospital trash, severely contaminated the community's water supply and caused sickness, forcing families to abandon their homes and move deeper into the mountains. Damn. Stalled rehabilitation. Although the DENR eventually ordered the dump site closed, the local government claims it lacks the 78 million peso budget required to remove the trash, leaving the Aitas pleading for the true restoration of their land. Yeah, Chad. Imagine being displaced, no? Tapos ginawang... Like, I want to sympathize, and I can. But it's hard for me to empathize right now because all my life I've grown up in a home, in a safe home. But I could only imagine my home, or at least my idea of a home, slowly but surely being filled with trash until I'm forced to move elsewhere. Hirap. Ang lungkot naman nito. What do the people here have to say? Ang sagot ng LGU, puro hindi nila alam pero they are accepting accountability daw. Temporary pero umabot na ng 3 years. Lalagyan daw ng plastic at pader para hindi tumigas ang basura pero yung ilog amoy basura na at inagos na basura sa ibang parts ng gubat. Yun yung sinabing na contaminate na yung water. Like, isa pa yun. Like, it's not enough that my house is now beginning to is now has trash. I can't even eat and drink from inside my house because of so much trash. Contaminated na lahat. Ang dapat imbestigahan dyan, yung mayor ng Subic, halatang corrupt tapos isisisi na naman nila sa mga aita dahil mga mangmang at wala silang alam kaya nagkaroon ng konting misunderstanding. Alam ko na mga galawan ng mga yan. Para lumayas yung mga aita sa ancestral land nila para i-land grabbing nila later. Grabe. Makati Mayor Nancy Bina has confirmed to BNC that she officiated the wedding of actress Bea Alonzo and Pure Gold President Vincent Co. Why is this a big deal, chat? And of all photos that they chose the one kung saan naka-half blink pa tong dalawang to. Why is it a big deal? I mean, apart from the fact that Bea Alonzo is one of the most popular celebrities and Vincent Co is a billionaire. May ano ba? Was there any issue behind it? Okay, if he's Chinese, what about? Ay, ito rin. Bakit naman ganyan yung picture me? 2 out of 3 nakapikit. Yo! Dapat sa Spain sila ikakasal. Tapos nag-break. Yeah, Efemeros, I feel you, man. Ang hirap, no? Ito, Vincent disobeyed his parents' wishes and demands kaya nag-civil na lang. Probably sikreto pa yan sa family niya. At kinasal na sila, wala na silang magagawa para makialam pa. We shall wait na lang for an en grande church wedding na wala nang say ang family ni Guy for sure. Grabe against all odds. You think secretly may prenup sila na mas ayon sa gusto nila? Yung hindi alam ng parents niya na permado na? Or is this a huge risk? There you go. Ito yung issues. Or this is a huge risk sa side ni Vincent at pinakasalan niya na walang prenup to prove to her na totoo yung feelings niya. You know, chat? I'm a fan of prenups. Okay? Genuinely. So, a few years ago, I saw this video of this creator in the US who is married to a much older person, and it's very clear that the much older person was initially more successful than the creator. So si girl, yung young creator, yung napangasawahan niya is a much older individual na very successful. You know, as time went by, years went on, nagkaanak na sila. The creator girl, eventually became very successful herself. But the point here I'm trying to make is that she talked about prenups, and she signed one. She signed one with the old guy, right? And before they got married. And the reason she said that prenups are actually a testament of your love is because, in very plain terms, why are you so afraid to sign a prenup if your love is true? It's most of the time, I think a lot of people get it twisted. Ang iniisip natin, signing a prenup means di talaga natin mahal yung isa't isa. Doesn't make sense. The argument there is pinapasign kita ng prenup kasi in case maghiwalay tayo, ayaw ko kunin mo yung pera ko. Or ayaw kong makuha yung kayamanan ko. And so, and like, I don't know, it's such a twisted way to look at it. Because the way she described it is exactly the same but different. There's nothing to be afraid of because we won't even sign this paper to begin with. Because the moment we sign it, that means our love has fallen apart. There's nothing else that we could do about it. Maghihiwalay na tayo. But if our love is true, then we're never gonna need this piece of paper. It proves our love is true by signing it because we're never gonna need to use it. I wish I can find that video. But again, big fan of prenups. I think it shows that you love the person more than you're actually afraid of losing your money or losing one's money kasi matatapos yung relationship dahil hindi naman pala totoo yung love to begin with. Right? So again, big fan of prenups. I don't think I think the way that it's twisted here is sasign mo yung prenup kasi pinapag-sign mo ako ng prenup kasi di ka naniniwala na mahal mo talaga ako. No. No. Yeah, it's your love conditional na kailangan mo akong ipag-sign ng ng prenup. Di mo talaga ako mahal. Kaya ba pinag-sign mo ako ng prenup? No, man. We signed the prenup because there's nothing to be afraid of. We actually love each other. Anyway, I know we deviated from the conversation here, but it's still funny to me na dalawa sa kanila naka-half blink. I wonder if we can find that video. Let's see if we can find it. Quick lang.
You know why I really wanted a prenup? I haven't thought about this in years. I remembered who I was at 20 and who I was at 38. Those are two different dudes. I knew who you were at 20, but I also knew you were going to transform and could be a completely different person.
That's not it.
Oh, you want a prenup? You don't love me. And end of relationship.
There you go. I think it's this one.
Oh, you want a prenup? You don't love me. And end of relationship. So all I knew about it. And when Gary and I got engaged and we did talk about prenup, I went to speak to a lawyer and I was like, what is this? And I've learned so much about the power. Again, it's empowering to know where you stand. I'm a big prenup cheerleader.
Yeah.
here.
I mean, look, we have health insurance. We don't think about that as like death planning. We get car insurance. We don't think about that as like crash planning. Nothing screams we're mature adults louder than frank discussions about your future and finances.
Absolutely.
What? That's not it.
What did it feel like for you when he...
Here. Maybe it's this one.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Anyway.
Today we're
Nah, I'm not a big World Cup fan. Rabia Mateo is now officially enrolled in the Doctor of Medicine program. So she's gonna be an MD. Tas 99th percentile pa siya sa NMAT. I graduate pa with Latin honors sa BS Physical Therapy. Dang! Kaya hindi nakakapagtaka kung bakit napakatalino niya. Dang! I didn't know this! Wow! Wow, I did not know that Rabia Mateo is academically inclined. Like, she's smart. Cool. BS Physical Therapy. Feeling ko, either UP or UST. Kung PT. Kung PT to, very likely. Tas kung Manila. If elsewhere, I wouldn't know. Iloilo. Attended the Bachelor of Science in Physical Therapy at Iloilo's Doctor's College. Wow. I'm surprised sinanggap siya ng UST. I'm not gonna lie, chat. It's very hard to get into UST Med because UST Med prefers UST Pre-Med. And so her getting into UST Med shows how intelligent she is as well. Hindi sa Iloilo? Cool. Okay. No. What the hell?
Isang nirelis na eh. Padugayan pa na to.
What the hell? Good thing I took that out from the screen, chat. Yung title nung video na to, naniniwala ako sa himala. Final verdict. What's our final verdict, chat? August 8th? Hindi rin yan eh. Hindi rin talaga. UP prefers... UP Med prefers... How do I say this? Ayaw nila ng... Okay, I don't wanna generalize, but in my experience, or with what I've heard from friends, UP Med prefers UP Pre-Med or UST Pre-Med na hindi mayabang. Or hindi saksakan ng dami yung pera. UST Med prefers UST Pre-Med. Ateneo Med, I think doon mas madaling makakapasok kung 99 percentile ka. Ateneo Med, as long as you have 99 percentile, you're good. 99 plus percentile, you're good. UE Med, same. FEU Med, the same. If you have 99 plus percentile, consider yourself in. Yeah, yung mga UAAP schools, may ano talaga sila. They have a preference. They have, UP Med, of all meds, UP and UST yung pinaka-maarte. Because they already know that the smartest people will attempt to go to their school. Okay, let's just get that out there. UP and UST Med are, arguably two of the best med schools. Of course, apart from Cebu. San Carlos University yata yung parating number 1 eh. Kung di ako nagkakamali. San Carlos University in Cebu ang number 1 med school talaga in terms of passing rates. But getting into med school, or at least the credibility or how great these med schools are with their history, it's UST and UP. Like Ateneo, whatever, LaSalle, whatever, LaSalle Dasma, whatever, UE, whatever, FEU, whatever. They're great med schools. No doubt about that. But when we talk about hard to get in, even if you're smart, it's UP and UST. Yeah, URM is good. UE, FEU, like all of these schools are great. UE, FEU, Ateneo, San Carlos, St. Luke's. Yeah, meron din med school ng St. Luke's. But again, UP, UST, hindi sapat na matalino ka. Kailangan may iba kang i-offer. There's something that there's something else apart from your smarts. Hindi, kulang yung 99 plus eh. A 99 plus from UST Pre-Med will be preferred over a 99 plus from another Pre-Med. There's something else. It's the interview. It's the interview portion that I think is going to determine whether or not you get into these two schools in particular. But, you know, what I do know about UST is they're really just biased towards Tomasians. They want UST, they want purely bred UST from college. And it makes sense. Maganda naman talaga ang pre-med at med track ng UST. It's in the interview. It's how you carry yourself. I mean, but that's all that I hear from my med friends. Okay, final date, August 8th. Are we gonna lock this in, chat? August 8th. August 8th, we're gonna move our... What's August 8th? How many weeks away? Saturday, August 8th. Let me double check with schedules here. Oh my god, it's 1:20? The hell? Oh my god, it's 1:20? Chat, we gotta sleep. We gotta sleep. I don't think we should finish all of these. Oh, let's speedrun all of these para at least tapos na yung mga dapat nating pinanood kagabi pa. Mga ano na to, kanal humor na to. Grabe nga, our flow eh. Di ko na-realize 1:20 na. Okay, here we go.
Nag-live na nito. Dito na mamamagday. Naman ka ito nagsigig na kandagan dito na ka ng... Oh, trail runner ka lang. Ano kasi na? Oo, palisiya ko. Yan na ka.
Arizona beef. Beef is for Bulldogs. Arizona ready for the coronation.
That's funny.
Yan na ka.
Sino yung nakapindot? May nakapindot ba?
Arizona beef. Beef is for...
Thankfully, walang naipit. Ano to? Budol pa more.
1370.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
8220.
8220. Tanong ko po, kung may deliver daw yung bigas ni Madam, may pangbayad ka na daw dyan?
Meron po.
Meron daw po. Mahiram yung ballpen mo. Ballpen. Gawa ko ng resibo. Ano yung magkano?
8220 po.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. 8220 na.
Anong bigas daw po?
Yung bigas, ano daw, tinatanong niyo kung anong bigas. Yung bigas nila na order nila sa akin. Kasi tumawag kasi sa akin kanina.
in-orderan niyo po.
Oo, umulan kasi kanina. Kaya
Hindi niyo pa po na-deliver. Magkano? Ay,
yan,
ano?
bayaran mo nga daw ito. Kaya
Yung 8220 raw po.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sige po, sandali lang po.
Ano na lang po name nila? Kunin ko rin po. Pangalan po nila. Name niyo po.
Rowena, ito.
Literal na budol siya. It's a budol situation. Like, it's not budol fun and games. It's budol legit. It's a legit budol modus.
Ito, iwan ko.
Rowena. Rowena ano po?
Ito na. Kunin na lang mamaya daw ito. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Iwan ko na lang.
Pwede po ba Gcash?
Ay, hindi kailangan namin yung pera. Biyahe
Kailangan po cash.
Yes, ma'am. Tinatanong kong Gcash po.
Sige po.
Okay na, ito na. Bilisan mo, tapunta na ako.
Pagdating na lang po nung bigas.
Hindi, nandun kasi ngayon ano yung
Kailangan ko po yung bigas muna bago ko po bayaran.
Ay, bahala ka. Ayun ang sabi niya.
Sige po. Si Otis.
Budol nga. Good on the cashier or good sa nagtatao, no? Hindi siya nagpaloko. Ang laugh ko sa'yo, te. They said people here are kinder. Sharing my first car at 24. Anong kinder? College na po ako. Wow, na all. First car at 24. Yeah, we're done with the Gabriel Go topic. Tawang-tawa ako. Wow, taga-UP ka. Matalino ka siguro. Okay, mga UP sa chat, confirm if this is true. Wow, taga-UP ka. Matalino ka siguro. Siyempre naman, kay Barbie Forteza, kaya ako nagsunotes. Oh my God. Yo, this is actually funny. Why we don't know. We don't know, but hey, people are indeed fascinating, right? Before Jisoo Life, there was this gem. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Tas ano pa to? Micro USB pa. Diba? I don't have anything to add to this. Handheld fan 2001. Old. Wala na eh. Pero meron ako dati, sobrang favorite ko yun. Parang gray yata siya. Tapos, detachable yung propeller. So, fan siya, di ba? Na detachable yung propeller. Pwede mo ipalit stirrer. So, bukod sa electric fan siya, pwede mo rin siyang gamitin pang mix ng Milo. I've carried that thing with me everywhere. Lalo na nung early 2000s na ang dalas-dalas pa ng brownout. Wish we could find it. Wala eh. Ito. Parang ganito yung itsura niya. Oh, hell yeah, chat. Ito, ano na to eh. Evolution na to eh. Have you ever owned one of these? Hell yeah. Imagine one day she replies, I feel it. Okay, a couple more. This makes sense. Yeah, chat. A couple of motivation things before we end the stream. You must, by all means, develop a strong opinion of yourself so you don't end up internalizing the beliefs others have of you. There's this video that I always used to watch by Gary Vaynerchuk. Basically, he says that don't let others' opinion of you be stronger than the opinion you have of yourself. Of course, he means it well, no? I mean, if may puro kalokohan ka lang talaga, masama yun. But he did say that. So I remember. Self-talk. Positive self-talk is also very important. And then lastly, you already know what to do. You're just negotiating with comfort. Ayun lang. Now, having said all of that, chat, let's end tonight's stream. Mukhang August 8 na tayo, Caleb. You wanna run another poll tomorrow? I mean, today we have August 8. Let's see if people just tap randomly. One thing's for sure, though, we're gonna postpone July 26, it seems. We can run another poll tomorrow because we also went to stream late tonight. For now, I'll take a screenshot of this. Ano naman eh, we can just tell the hobby store kung iiba tayo. Doesn't have to be immediate, right? Hey, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'll put up a poll on Discord tomorrow. Yeah, I'll put that on my to-do list right now. That is a good suggestion. But at least we have this for now, right? Poll on Discord when to move Hangout. Okay. Okay, chat. Huge shout out to Dane for the super chats. Dane, if you're still here, thank you very much. Joe also resubscribed on Twitch with Prime. That's pretty much it. 109 members, chat. Let's not allow it to get any lower than this, please. Please. Have a great evening, everybody. I am spent for the day. It was a good day. Had brought my parents dinner. Productive also. Gotta rest for now. Try nyo po R18 ng Reddit. May R18 sa Reddit?